Hello and welcome to This Week in Science, a show where we cover some of the top science stories from the past week. The first story for this week comes from the Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, where a group has discovered that aggressive behaviour produces more neurons. This interesting result was discovered from an experiment on mice, where aggressive mice would have more neurons after a fight than what they did before a fight. These new neurons were produced in the hippocampus region of the brain, which is considered to be the centre of emotion, memory, and the nervous system. So if someone says you're getting on their nerve, you may actually be getting on more than what you bargained for. The next story for this week is on functional neural networks. A group at Virginia Tech has discovered that neurons with similar characteristics have stronger connections between each other. They discovered this by using rodent models of cerebral cortexes and measuring the electrical impulses sent between neurons. What they found is that neurons with synapses which respond to the same kind of stimuli have stronger connections between each other than what they do for neurons that don't have the same kind of response. Researchers hope that the results of this experiment will help us build better neural network models, which could allow us to build better computing systems and understand how the brain functions. Although mitochondria may be the powerhouse of a cell, it may also be responsible for aging the cell. In an international experiment led by Newcastle University, researchers have found that aging cells look a lot like young cells if you exterminate the mitochondria within them. It's been suspected for a long time that mitochondria plays a role in cellular aging, but this is the first time it's been detected. So that's quite an exciting discovery for this group. So it seems like the mitochondria is getting some revenge on its lazy host, which has been stealing its energy all of its life. Carrying on with the topic of aging, the lifespan of mice has been increased by killing off old cells. A group of molecular biologists at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, have developed a technique to kill old cells inside of mice which are responsible for old age diseases. The mice which received this treatment were seen to be much healthier and live longer than their counterparts who didn't receive the treatment. Analysis of the treated mice showed that their liver and heart had improved performance, as well as their general lifespan was increased between 20 and 30%. Unfortunately, this technique doesn't work on humans, but I'm sure it won't be long until a new technique is devised, now that old cells are in the crosshairs. Now onto the particle world. Scientists at the Brooklyn National Laboratories have guided gold nanoparticles to form superlattices. Using an ingenious technique of using DNA to trap and maneuver these gold particles, they are able to arrange them in many different structures, one of which being the structure of diamond. This opens the door to a whole new type of materials, which could change our everyday life. Initial uses for this material that the group has thought of are optical transistors, colour-changing materials, as well as tough but lightweight materials. Now on to the final story for this week. At the University of Waterloo, physicists have conducted an experiment to see how electrons behave when they are superconducting. They found that the superconducting electron cloud could form patterns such as stripes and checkerboards, as well as some symmetries, like the electrons all aligning along one particular direction. These different configurations can either amplify or inhibit superconductivity. With this result, the group hopes to develop a new model of superconductivity, which they hope to then use to work out how you can make a room temperature superconductor, something that, if existed, would revolutionize the world. So best of luck to that group. Those were some of the top science stories from this week. If you want to learn any more about those stories, check out the description for links to more information. If you like this video, please do leave a like and come back next week to find out what happened this week in science.